Will the church go through the tribulation? Part 8. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Are you ready to learn more about God's Word? Great. Okay. I said last week that I will explain on Luke chapter 6 verse 23 in part 8, right? Okay. Well, listen to this. Here we go. Luke chapter 6 verse 23. Reading. The disciples were excited because they could cast out demons, the devils. Jesus said, "Rejoice you in that day and leap for joy." Jesus was talking about being persecuted. Now, for righteous sake, for your reward, what? Is great in heaven. Why? In like manner did they also persecute the fathers on his prophet, and like many of the fathers did the fathers under the prophets. That's Luke chapter 6 verse 23. Now, he said this, if you could endure persecution, you will have great reward in what? Now let's stop here. Let's read Luke chapter 6 verse 23. New Living Translation. When that happened, be glad, be happy. Yes. Leap for joy. Why? Great reward waiting you in heaven. And remember, their ancestors treat the ancient prophets like the same way. Where is it going to happen if it's in heaven? It happens in Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. It happens at the Bema seat. And that it specifically uses the same word, and now come time to reward the saints and those who fear the name of the Lord and the prophet. Okay? James chapter 1 verse 12. If you endure temptation, now testing, now you will receive a crown that the Lord had promised. Now, maybe I'm saying this a little bit too practical, but when you read the book of Revelation, you will read that in tribulation, the city of Jerusalem has been earthquake. That Revelation chapter 11 verse 13, Zechariah chapter 14 verse 4. That's a big portion of the city collapse. The 7,000 people are killed. When Jesus comes back, the Mount of Olives split in the middle. One part to the east, one part to the west, and great valleys come through. And that's split. That's in the future. Understand this? The future. So, if Jesus is going to take millions and millions and millions of believers and judge them on earth, he's going to have to clean the city up for several years before Jesus gets ready for that. Does that make sense to send it anybody? Because our health, I can go on, okay? Let me say it this way. Let me just give you, maybe I might be jumping myself ahead. And if I am, I am. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in him. Believe also in me, Jesus. Why? In my Father's house are many, many mansions, or dwelling place. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare, emphasize that. Jesus said, I go, prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place, I will come again where I am. There, hold it. No. Here we go. Receive you to myself. Don't put a period here, there, no. That where I am, there you may be also. Let's read John chapter 14, verse 2 to 3. It's not talked about this recently. I'm going to read in New King James Version. In my Father's house are many, many, many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go, Jesus, I go prepare a place for you. Verse 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself. That's Jesus. That where I am, there you may be also. And that's in the Bible. Yes? Okay. Let's look at the Greek word for dwelling places. The Greek word for dwelling places means mansions. Is Monet. There's definition. Number 1, a staying place, abiding, dwelling place, abode. The Greek word for place is topos. The Greek word for it's a noun meaning place. It refers to a place as what? Heavenly destiny prepared by Jesus for his followers. That's you and me. Not that one? Good. Okay. Are you with me so far? About mansion or dwelling place in Greek word and definition? Good, good. Jesus is in heaven. Jesus is at the right hand of Father. He's everlasting living to make intercession. Romans chapter 8, verse 24. Revelation chapter 6. He would take 7 sealed books from the hand of the Father one day. And that's what's talking about the future. And that, Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. He, the Lamb, that was slain from the foundation of the world. And the Bible makes it very clear that we have what? Have trip to heaven. Yes. We are not going to do a U-turn, coming back and rule for 1,000 years, then renovate the earth back to life on earth in the New Jerusalem. He's already made heaven for us to visit, to look at, and to enjoy, and to hang out a little bit, having a heavenly trip planned. Whoa! Okay. I want to show you in the Bible, Revelation chapter 4 through chapter 19 deals with what we call events in the tribulation. I'm going to show you a chart. Now that, the 7-year tribulation, right there. Revelation chapter 4 through chapter 19 deals with what we call events. That, the 7-year tribulation. Everything happened in that 7-year tribulation. They have that in the book of Revelation, okay? And that, in other words, the Old Testament prophets have already seen the great day of the Lord, the day of God's vengeance, the day of God's wrath. Joel chapter 2 verse 31, Isaiah chapter 61 verse 2, Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 18, and what John, the last apostle who was alive in Revelation, have already seen how it all culminates. Everything come together. He's seen everything come together in a set period of time. And so this is why you have The 1, 7 trumpets of angels. 2, that's in Revelation chapter 8, verse 2. Second, the 7 vial. Third, the 7 bowls. That's in Revelation chapter 15, verse 7. You see all these different judgments that are going to be released upon the earth during this time, which will occur again during the 7 years that is 7 years tribulation period. So that's what I've just shown you. The 7-year tribulation. Not going to happen. Now, this is why I'm talking about me, Valerie, I believe that we will be raptured before the 7-year tribulation. That's my belief. Also, Rev. Perry Stone, that's his belief also. Okay, I will explain more in more detail on the events in the tribulation next week for part 9. Okay? Wow, get deeper. Have some symbols, many symbols, some literal, some symbolic. Oh yes. Okay? I hope you're blessed. Have a wonderful week. See you next time. Bye.